Yeah, yeah, come on. Yeah, yeah. When you wake up in the morning and you need a little boost, Lesley Hudson has a cup of inspiration just for you. What an awesome way to start your day on Mocha Chocolate Mondays. On Mocha Chocolate Mondays.
Hi, I'm Leslie Hudson, and you are watching Mocha Chocolate Mondays, just a cup of inspiration to jumpstart your week. This month is October, and it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I am an 11-year breast cancer thriver. That's right, 11 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 1 DCIS. Well, this month and this year in 2017, I want to bring awareness to the men. You know, everywhere you look, you're going to see tons of pink. You're going to turn on the TV and see the NFL games, and everybody's going to have on the pink socks, pink towels, pink everything, right? But I want people to know that men get breast cancer too. I am sitting here with Mr. Cecil Herrin, and he's going to tell us about his story. So, Cecil, thank you so much for being on the Mocha Chocolate Monday show.
This is such an honor to be here. I promise you. My whole concept is making awareness, and this is one of the greatest ways of doing it.
Right.
Getting it out, making men realize that they can have breast cancer just like women.
Absolutely. So, tell me this. When were you first diagnosed, and how did you find out that you had breast cancer?
Actually, I was in the shower. I was washing my chest, and I felt this knot like a BB next to my nipple, and it concerned me, so I went to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And for a solid year, increments that I went to him, he would kept telling me there was nothing wrong with me.
Really?
And for each time I would go to him, it would be bigger. So it went from a BB to a marble. Now it's like the next end that I went to was like the size of a shooter marble that
Wow.
some people understand what they
Right.
are
I played
back
marbles
in my
back in the
day, all right. And then that last time I went to me, and he told me and told the nurse, because she was saying, well, why don't you get Cecil a mammogram? And he said, I told y'all there's nothing wrong with Cecil.
Wow.
Well, I've had 2 heart attacks, and it happened to fall on my anniversary of going to my cardiologist, and she, it's 10 years of not having a heart attack. So I asked her, would she mind feeling my breast on the right side, because
Okay.
she'd been doing it 10 years on the left side.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, she did, and she said, oh, you need a mammogram. And I said, well, I've been trying to get one for a year, and my male doctor will not give me one.
So how
And
many?
she is the one that helped me.
So okay, let me go back just for a little bit.
Sure.
So when you went to your doctor, how long did it take? I know he said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with him," but you said it was a whole year had
A
gone
whole
by.
year.
Okay.
Whole year that I went, and it kept getting larger and larger. By the time I got to my cardiologist, she said, I mean, it was the size of an egg, boiled egg.
Right.
And she says, I'm not saying you have cancer,
Right.
but you need a
Right.
mammogram. So I asked her, I said, well, who's going to get me a mammogram? Because I ain't going back to him. And she
Right.
says, I'll take care of you.
Okay. Okay.
So she did, and she got me a mammogram on December the 16th. On December the 29th, they did a biopsy on me.
Mhm.
And January the 3rd, they told me I had breast cancer.
Wow.
And January the 17th, they removed my breast.
So on January 3rd, when you heard that news,
That
those
was-
words.
Let me tell you, it was the most devastating moment of my life. I've had 2 heart attacks. They scared me. But this put the fear that you will never know, because cancer is so much more drastic than it is for a heart attack. Even though a heart attack's scary, don't get me wrong, but they can give you so many things now with a heart attack, and you're not worried about it.
Right.
But with cancer, just takes one little cell that could multiply into millions. So that's why I like to promote men's cancer.
So what stage was the cancer?
1.
It was stage 1.
Stage
Okay.
1. So I was able to go to only have to take tamoxifen.
Okay.
That's what I take every day. I try to my other, I guess, my other
Physician, doctor.
medicine
Okay.
is God.
All right. Hallelujah.
That's what He gives me the strength to get up in the mornings. He makes a positive impression on me every day. And I know if I can save one man's life, I've done something, or woman,
Right.
because I have raised thousands of dollars for women and
Right.
men. But knowing that what I do is making a difference. I'll never make millions, but what if I could save millions? Just like what I'm doing right this minute, this televised part is going to make a difference with a lot of men
Right.
that they got their heads in a hole thinking they can't have breast cancer.
Yeah.
I go up to men and women every day. This is something that I do every day. And even with y'all at a restaurant,
Right.
y'all were getting food.
Right.
I already had a man going.
I saw you in action. I did.
I went right to him and said, look, and started talking to him and telling him about men's breast cancer. And no, he did not know that he could have breast cancer.
Wow. So you just saved another one. You just
As a possibility.
educated
I asked him if he had sons, and he said yes. I said, well, you need to call their wives and tell them they need to check their husbands tonight. So,
yes, yes.
But this is what I do. Is I've been real fortunate and been really blessed in being able to raise money. I have an endowment at Augusta University, Georgia Cancer Center for men only. I've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars to help men, and I've done the same for women, thousands of dollars for women.
So when you tell people your story, when you tell another man that you had breast cancer,
they're shocked.
They're shocked.
They're once in a while you'll find someone that has heard about it. Very seldom. 90% of the people I talk to have no clue. Even I've talked to nurses, and they didn't even know a male could have breast cancer. Mm. And so many people don't realize what you can do by just spreading the word with your mouth.
Right.
And I'm not one to keep my mouth shut. I can't keep a secret, but I won't do a speech. I stopped doing speeches for men. Now, if it's women involved in the audience, I'll do all the speeches you want to do. Because if that husband or boyfriend or someone has told them that they have had, or got a little problem or whatever, that woman's going to make sure they're going to go to the doctor.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
So that's what I do.
Now, what's interesting to me is that being that I am an 11-year breast cancer thriver, my treatment was tamoxifen as well. So I didn't realize that that was the same treatment for you. So did you have to do, I know they did the biopsy. Did they do a mastectomy?
That's all.
That's all they did?
Yeah, I got a full mastectomy.
Okay.
I got one breast,
okay.
Just like women.
Right.
And I have been in many fashion shows. I have a men's cancer walk, the only one of its kind for men's breast.
Okay.
I've been to the Capitol, the state Capitol, and had my proclamation signed by the governor, Governor Deal, and he for men's breast and prostate cancer awareness month for the month of June. I won the Jefferson Award. It's called the Giving Your Best Award in the WJBF Channel 6. And then I was really blessed and won one of the 12. I was the one that went to Washington, D.C. to talk about men's breast cancer.
Okay. Now, being that men don't regularly get mammograms,
no.
We do. You know, they
right.
tell us that by the age of 40, you should be having a mammogram each and every year. So how do you feel about that as far as men? You know, what?
I tell every man that I talk to, when they have a physical, they need to insist on their doctor to check them above their waist. All they do is check men below their waist. That is the problem, because there's so many men go to a physician and they don't touch anything above their waist. And there's many men that I have had come back to me at a later time and say, you know what, my doctor found a lump, but it was negative. But he's going to keep an eye on it now.
Right.
So I know I'm making a difference in making people bring that awareness to them, to inform them that they can and need to have their doctor check them just like they do women.
And just like they do us, yes.
And underneath their armpits, lymph nodes, they could have cancer in them.
That's true.
So a man needs to be checked the same identical way as a woman should.
So do you regularly check yourself now?
Oh, sure.
I know you said you
yes.
found it in the shower anyway. So.
I do, and then I do have mammograms. There's a really, people say, well, how do they get what they need for a man?
I know, right?
I said, let me tell you something. That girl in the back, she's a bodybuilder. And don't think for 1 minute they can't get what they want.
Right.
But I am really proud that I took a mirror one time with my mammogram last year. I took a mirror with me. And they said, what you got that mirror for? And I said, well, I know that Tanya back there, she pulled all the wrinkles out of my face. And I want to look 40 for about 40 seconds. So I said, I was doing a speech for the American Cancer Society.
Right.
And I wanted to be able to say I was a survivor, well, at that time it was 1 year survivor. And that's been about 5 years ago. And she, and the doctor says, well, I'm going to tell him his results, but I just want to meet the man that brought a mirror.
That is so
I took a negative and made a positive out of it.
Right.
I didn't sit down and say, poor Cecil, he's had breast cancer and give me a disability check.
Right.
I didn't do that. I took a negative and made a positive because God had a purpose for Cecil. I knew the moment I woke up from surgery, the moment that this is what I was supposed to do.
Right.
And I have not stopped. I was allowed to join a women's group, sport group at another hospital, and I've been a member. There's 45 women in Cecil, and those women love Cecil. Most men are looking for one woman to love them. I got 45 plus.
45 plus.
That's right.
You're an awesome man, Cecil.
Well, I'm really blessed that they allowed me to join it because men need love and support, just like you women. And because it is a very scary disease, but with the support from your family and friends and God, you'll make it. But you just got to have a positive attitude to do what we're talking about.
You're absolutely right. Communication, and it's really about your attitude.
It is.
All the time.
I have had many people come up there, she's so down, and I said, well, get her to call me. I'll talk to her. And to the other hospitals, they allow me to talk every once in a while to a patient, male patient, when they're down and don't know what is to expect.
Right.
I'm willing and able, and I'm so fortunate they have enough trust in me to make that man feel secure in what he's fixing to go through.
Oh, it's such a blessing. Such a blessing.
It's a blessing that they have confidence in me to do what I do with them.
Right.
And I do speeches. I never forget it. The very first speech was on a boat on the Savannah River. It was like a cruise thing, and the lights went out, and I had, it was my first speech. So my first speech, I had all my stuff I was supposed to read, and it went out, and the captain of the boat put his flashlight on my shoulder and let me read a little bit, but I really didn't use it. I just, because I already had memorized it, but just give me a little something to. It was so funny. But then since then, I've talked in front of 25,000 people down to one.
Right.
And it doesn't matter how many or how whatever. It's just passing that word on to help other people.
That's awesome. So how often, what is it, one in how many men will be diagnosed with breast cancer?
It's 1% of men.
1%.
And it's 2,200 men a year. So that's like, and 40 will die.
Each year?
That's each year. 40 will die out of the 2,200. Where there's women, there's 22,000 women, and 2,000 of them will die.
Right.
And so it's a big difference between men and women. And
Okay.
just like normal cancer is every 45 days, there's 67,000 people die. That's 536,000 people die a year in some kind of cancer,
Right.
and that's 1,460.
Okay. So, so it's been 5 years now.
Right. Well, yeah, 5 years and 10 months.
5 years and 10 months. Have you had your big 5-year celebration yet? Generally.
Oh yeah, actually, my celebration was having to accomplish having men's cancer walk. That was my birthday, January 1st, but knowing that I had on June the 3rd of 2016 to have my first men's cancer walk, that was for men's breast cancer. That was really the ultimate
awesome.
of my.
What a great accomplishment.
And then this year I had my second one. But next year I'm not going to have a walk. I'm going to have the Harlem Globetrotter Legends come.
All right.
And on the 23rd of June
Okay.
at Augusta University.
Okay.
And we're going to have called a toucher truck, where the kids can come and get into bulldozers and big truck 18-wheelers and all kind of different equipment that they can get in there with their parents and touch them and blow the horn and have a really great time. And then we're going to have a clinic with the Harlem Globetrotter Legends.
Awesome.
And there for an hour and a half, they'll practice with them.
Great. I'm going to have to come over for that.
And then the money that comes from that goes to my endowment. And all the money, I have never received one dime since I've been raising money from Cecil Herrin. Every dime that I raise goes to my endowments to help someone. And then we have the basketball game usually around 7.
Okay.
And it is so much fun.
It sounds like it.
It's the older guys. It's not the younger guys. But let me tell you something. They're just as good as you can believe, I'm telling you. And they're so personal with the children. It's like a glob of children when they first get there. But by the time they get through with the hour and a half, they're doing line and throwing the balls and just having a great time.
Awesome. Awesome. I want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for telling everyone your story and encouraging so many men. And I know you've raised thousands and thousands of dollars, and you're continue to let the community know about breast cancer. What are your final words? What do you want to tell men today and those women? Because I know you talk to a lot of women. You tell the women to go and do what?
Fill their husband's boobs. Same way that they check themselves, they should check their husband, their boyfriends, talk to their sons, because the youngest I've talked to with breast cancer is 7.
7?
And the oldest is 92.
Wow.
So there's not an age group. I thought it was when I first had I thought it was from 60 to 70, but that's not true. So what I'm saying to all y'all, it makes your family closer knowing that your partner is wanting you to live, and she or he is doing something to check you, to make you have a life together for a long time to come.
Amen. That's awesome. Thank you, Cecil. Yeah.
Oh, I did okay.
You did a wonderful job. So thank you guys. For more information, we will have Cecil information so you can contact him if you want to make a donation to his endowment. He's here in Augusta, Georgia. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching the segment on Mocha Chocolate Mondays. Just a cup of inspiration to jumpstart your week. So stay tuned for next week, where I will be interviewing another young man who's gone through breast cancer as well. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, come on, yeah, yeah. When you wake up in the morning and you need a little boost, Lesley Hudson has a cup of inspiration just for you. What an awesome way to start your day on Mocha Chocolate Mondays. On Mocha Chocolate Mondays.